and Tim and everybody there. And Raw's like the ratings are through the roof, SmackDown through the roof, our ratings are through the roof, our events are sold out. So we feel really good. I want to get back to rights in a second, but since Saudi Arabia came up, I'm curious. Rewind 5 years, or maybe less than that. After Jamal Khashoggi gets murdered, you say you give back money, or that Saudi Arabia can invest in your company. You now are in business with them by a couple of ways, right? Yeah. What has changed between then? I would say, we didn't want them. I didn't want them at the time in our we weren't public in our investor stack. Okay. I said on many podcasts about my feelings about the situation and how they have hired us to distribute. And I didn't say we would never do business in Saudi. I just didn't want them in the financial stack of our investors. We distribute their now soccer league through IMG. Because of WWE, we're in business with them for at least 5 years. 2 events a year. Okay. Great. They just bought an event from us for the UFC. It's great. Right? We're doing the event.
Drink a little bit more lemonade and get going.
I guess at the time, didn't feel comfortable. For many reasons.
I can't believe it closed this.
So we're in business with them now. So that's simple. And my colleagues and I reported recently that your company has expressed some interest, you both live, some interest in maybe investing in the PGA Tour. Saudi Arabia is obviously supposed to be part of, you're smiling at me. No, you're reporting, you're an unbelievable journalist. We I think it's like 7 other bidders. We put in a bid for the, there's a 501c3 nonprofit, and then they create the profit investment opportunity for the PGA. We are in PKO, the sports business. I'm an avid golfer. Anybody want to come to handicap? And it's one of the great sports. I love it. I think we could add to it when we add it to all of our sports based on the flywheel. Do you have a sense of whether that would be in addition to the Saudi money coming in or instead of? We put in our bid. For what? For the PGA deal. For a piece of the tour. Or for the whole thing. For the PGA. Yeah. Piece or whole? You can't buy the majority. Okay, thank you. I love it.
That was Endeavor CEO Ari Emanuel with Bloomberg's Lucas Shaw.
Still to come on Bloomberg Business Week from our springtime event this past week, the matriarch of the first family of reality TV unveiling a brand in the age of social media.
We'll hear from Kris Jenner of the ubiquitous Kardashian family on Fame and the family business. That's when we return. This is Bloomberg. World markets, headlines, and breaking news 24 hours a day at Bloomberg.com and the Bloomberg Business app. This is Bloomberg 960. Now, a global news update.
Israeli Defense Forces confirmed Friday units conducted several searches for weapons and those taken hostage ahead of an expected ground assault. Israel has ordered 1 million people to leave northern Gaza to stay out of harm's way. Israel massed well over 300,000 reservists and several armored divisions near the border with Gaza over the past several days. And protests are taking place in New York City over the war. Natalie Migliori has the very latest.
Helicopters are in place over Times Square as protesters are crowded together in barricades. This massive crowd on 42nd Street and Broadway. Surrounding streets are barricaded off, and I don't see any trash cans from reports that we've been removed. Passing people in the street, I heard people fighting and disagreeing, cursing at each other. One man riding a city bike telling Jewish men who were walking into the barricades in support of the pro-Palestine protests to get home for Shabbat.
And that's the very latest. I'm Jim Ford.
Now, your 3-day weather forecast on Bloomberg 960.
Some clouds for the Bay Area during tonight, along with intense and scattered showers. Temperatures mainly back in the 50s. Any rain showers end early Saturday, though then breaking clouds in the 70s for Saturday afternoon. Back to clouds around Saturday night and Sunday, becoming partly sunny. 70 to 75 for the Bay, 80s inland. And more of the same likely on Monday as well. Fair weather and warm, especially inland. This is Gary Best with your 3-day weather forecast on Bloomberg 960.
Can't catch us live? 960 shows, including Bloomberg Surveillance, Wall Street Week, and Bloomberg Sound On, are also available as podcasts. Listen today on Apple, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.
The world needs solutions. On October 24th, the London edition of the Bloomberg Technology Summit, join leaders, innovators, and entrepreneurs to discuss technologies that are poised to solve our most pressing global challenges, from reducing CO2 emissions and making cities more livable, to affordable healthcare and combating food insecurity. Executives from Deliveroo, Siemens, Grafton, and more will examine where tech innovation can take us. Learn more at BloombergLive.com/Tech Summit 2023.
Startups and research universities like New Jersey Institute of Technology are fueling the innovation economy. And few people are better positioned to see what's on the horizon in New Jersey than physicist and state representative Andrew Zwicker.
How technology is transforming our financial sector is revolutionary, and so much that is in New Jersey. We are innovators when it comes to agriculture, and there is opportunity now for great transformation in how are we going to grow food in an ever-growing population, and how do we turn urban centers into agricultural centers. Vallejo is another one which the world is leading to, and how this will transform how those who are either elderly or are visually impaired or mobilely impaired can start using autonomous vehicles to transform their lives and have access to transportation that they've never had before.
NJIT, New Jersey Institute of Technology. Learn more at njit.edu/research.
We gather together in communities across the nation to remember and honor, to celebrate and support, to laugh tonight. Join us as we lift our lanterns high. Join us. We are the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. And when we walk, cancer walks. Join us as we light the night. Find your local event at lightthenight.com.
The Kardashians have successfully turned their fame into a multi-billion-dollar business in, I don't know, how many years are they already and counting?
Yeah, it's been quite a few, and I expect a few more. Bloomberg Springtime in LA this last week, Bloomberg Show, and I sat down with matriarch Kris Jenner. Asked about
You have built a powerful set of not one, not two, what is it, 20 companies you're involved in. Your whole family, ultimately, and so at this stage, we brought you here because there's a branding and business major more than that. How much was your connection with the consumer, with the audience, with people in the heart? Well, ultimately, from your early days, your childhood, you have to retell your own, the consumer of your own. Yeah, but I started working for my family before when I was about 10 years old. So the DNA that I had started in me at a very young age. I grew up just a real people thing, and I wanted everybody to be happy and be proud of me. And when I started working at a young age, I was in charge. My grandmother had a candle store, and I was in charge of the gift wrap station. I had a big job, and I was
working all summer when my friends were at the beach. I was at the store. And I think over the years of doing that and graduating to the cash register and, interacting with the customers and then, building my little retail entrepreneurial life when I was young and I was a teenager and working in retail stores, I think you do learn a certain amount of finesse with your audience, your customer, talking to people and convincing somebody how to buy something. Your paycheck sometimes, it involves how many sales you made that month if you're on a commission, and then it kind of develops a little bit of my competitive spirit because I wanted to win and make everybody proud, my family proud of me, my grandmother proud of me, my mom proud of me. So, and just the inspiration of watching these women get up every single day and go to work. That was just our way of life. And in my family, we all worked. And that was just how we done it. So I just don't know people. I think that then came competition, then came the network. Network with people that I think I've been around. Dwight was around so many powerful people my entire life. From the time I got married to Robert Kardashian and had a whole ecosystem of businessmen and entrepreneurs and people running studios, and any given day would be the head of a studio, and just often I wanted to really paying attention, and I had a very amazing education. I was a housewife, I was raising 4 kids at home, I had the most blessed situation, but at the same time surrounded by these business situations that happening in front of me, but I must originals and streaming platforms including Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Samsung TV Plus, and more.
Find our Bloomberg Business Week podcast at Bloomberg.com, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. The latest edition of the magazine is available on newsstands now at Bloomberg.com and always on the Bloomberg Terminal. I'm Tim Senebeck.
And I'm Carol Master. Have a good and safe weekend, everyone. Stay with us. Today's top stories and global business headlines are coming out right now.
Watch out, construction on road ahead.
American Smith, the 21st of the year. Rangers will play in Columbus Saturday to finish second, while the Islanders out on Long Island host Buffalo at 7:30. Talk baseball playoffs. The NCS is going to start on Sunday. Astros and Texas from the American League for Texas leadership. Phillies have to get trying to go back to the World Series after they knocked off Atlanta. They lost the American League.
Kevin Linham.
No phone connected. Please connect phone.
Hello?
Prosecutor Robert Finn. It's the toughest ever for prosecutors proving Trump's innocence. Leo took on Congress, saying Congress has no power to regulate the Supreme Court. Welcome to Bloomberg Law. I'm June Rosso. Ahead this hour, the Supreme Court appears ready to restore South Carolina's Republican-drawn map. Star witness and former girlfriend takes the stand in the Sam Bankman-Fried trial. Trump is looking for a get-out-of-jail-free card, claiming absolute presidential immunity. And what is a legal hot tub? Prosecutors have built their criminal fraud case against Sam Bankman-Fried by tapping into his inner circle and secret cooperation deals with three of his closest confidants. And one of them is undoubtedly the government's star witness, Caroline Ellison, the former CEO of Alameda Research, and Sam Bankman-Fried's former girlfriend. Ellison Savage and testified that Bankman-Fried was the mastermind behind the scheme to use FTX customer funds for speculative illegal trading at Alameda. Prosecutors played clips of the all-hands meeting weeks before Alameda filed for bankruptcy.
Did Alameda have the ability to transfer their funds without getting approval from FTX?
Joining me is Bloomberg legal reporter Chris Gomez, who's been covering the trial. Chris, tell us about Ellison's demeanor on the stand.
She was pretty calm. She didn't raise her voice really at all. She did get emotional near the end terms of space turbulence or out of that, that's what she learned.
Were there texts or notes or documents that they used to support her testimony?
Yeah, so there were quite a few. She and SDF kind of communicated through the obvious ways that people communicate nowadays, like Slack, signal, those sort of things. They had auto delete on their signal messages, which she turned off in November, and everything started to get bad. But there were plenty of other documents. They kind of talked about their relationship through a Google Doc and discussed, how she was uncomfortable with the relationship, and she said that made her feel like an unequal partner. So, a lot of these communications between them, even though they were in the same penthouse in the Bahamas, were going through electronically, through chat, Signal, and Google Docs. And they presented quite a few, of her documents. She had one document she kept that's called Things that Sam is Freaking Out About. And there was